Right, I'm going to show you how we can start interacting with different objects, different SVG items. So this is what we have right now. What I want to create, just want to copy this SVG, so where I have two of those, so two equal sizes. One is, both are this greenish color, but I want to create some interaction. So once I, for example, hover this box here, I'm going to change the color of a different SVG or something like this. The first thing I'm going to do to make this happen, of course, I need another box, right? So I'm just going to copy my SVG here, so like this, and I'm going to assign just a bar 2. So in my ID area right here, instead of having it as green bar, which we have up here, I'm just creating a green bar 2. Woo, sweet. So that's what we want. Now it's going to go poof again, like this one. Or we can just keep it like this, for example. So once I hover this, I want it to become small, so it fits up here instead of being down here. Right? We can see what we want to go with this. First thing I'm going to use is I of course need to target this, right? So let's just create a hashtag green bar 2 to make sure that works. And let's just quickly do a height to make sure everything works, right? So this should give equal sizes. Now I just destroyed my own idea, but doesn't matter. What I want to do next is I want to actually grab once I hover this asset 15 here, once I hover this, I want it to interact with this one over here, so changing the background color. And there are some CSS that can help us with this. And the one we're going to be looking is this one, where we use this specific sign here, or this one, it's called, if I recall, tilde or whatever specifically, the one you use over the Spanish ends and so on. But we're going to be using this selector to make sure once we hover something, we can actually interact with the other one. So this is not, I'm not sure this is specifically what it was meant to be doing, but it works, so we're going to be doing it like this. What I'm going to do is in my CSS or in my SAS code here, I'm firstly going to write green bar, because that's the one I want, right? This is the first one over here. This is green bar. This is ID green bar. Once I do something here, make stuff happen over here. So I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to write the, where is it? There we go. So on a Mac, it's, for Danish, I guess, command and the like arrow up just next to the return key, but I don't know where it is on your keyboard. If you can't find it, go copy it from online, but it's somewhere on your keyboard. This is what we're going to be using, and once we have this here, we're going to tell it, well, your sibling, we're going to contact that and make changes here. So that will be green bar 2, right? Like this. And once we do this, we're going to change the height to, for example, 150. This probably won't do anything. Well, it's going to change the actual height. But that's really not what we want. We want to, once we hover it, that's where we want the change. So we need to add a hover effect, a pseudo CSS of hover to once we hover this one. Do things. Now I said hover a lot of times. Hover, 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 hover. So we add hover to green, the first one, just do like this. Hashtag green bar, hover. Once we do a hover that, do a change to the green bar. Let's try. Woo, look at that, and it goes nuts because it's adding sizes. So instead of size, let's try background color. So let's change the color of this one to red. Now this won't work, I think. I hope not. Nope, it won't work. And there's a little reason for this, a specific reason for this, because we were using SVG right now, and if we go to our index HTML, we can see down here where it says style, we have something called a .cls-1 and some fill. What is this? This is the CSS to fill SVGs. So instead of using background color, we're going to be using fill. So let's go back to our CSS. Instead of background color, we're going to be using fill. Awesome. Save. Red. It's going to be nasty red. Boom. Nothing happened. Come on, save. Why is nothing happening? Oh, right. So I just forgot. Of course, we need to target this ID here because they're using a style. And if we go through it out down here, where to go? Style, there we go. File. We need to select this element. So we can't just write green bar here because that's for the ID up here, but we need to target this one specifically. So we need to add that into our code. Thing is, we still want to go to the green bar before we make changes, and because we're using SAS, we can just go in here, so just before, and now we're going to create something that's nested, which means it's inside the other element. So we're just going to type .lcls-1, create our curly brackets like this, and just copy this up here, like this. So let's click save, go back to our browser, let's try again, and there we go. So now it's actually changing it. So we're hovering this element to contact this element over here, and we're going to hit the specific selector in this element over here with the hover effect. So that's how we can interact on a simple way with our different SVG items, and that's what we're going to be using in the next few videos and couple of videos to interact with different elements. There's probably many different ways to do this, but this is the one I found and I liked, so I'm going to be using this one.